Okay. So you guys want to just join me in a seated position. We're going to start just with some breath work and laying of intentions. So hands either facing up on your palms, hands to heart, whatever feels most comfortable. And then we'll just practice that 3-part breath work. So inhaling through the nose all the way at the bottom of the stomach, allowing the breath to float up to our diaphragm, continuing that inhalation all the way up to the heart. And whatever feels most comfortable, exhaling either through the nose or the mouth in 4 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, we'll take the opposite flow this time, inhaling, suck all that life in, allow it to meet with your heart. Pull that breath down to the diaphragm and draw it even deeper into the pit of your belly. And exhale. We'll continue with that breath, taking it at a 6 count. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just continue at whatever pace makes you feel comfortable. I'm going to draw your mind to creating an intention for practice. So my intention is I am stable and grounded and present in this hour. Nothing else matters besides this hour. If any thoughts of to-do lists come to your head, acknowledge them and just send them away. Right now, we are fully present just in this one moment. Keep breathing. I need nothing more than the moment that I am in, and I find contentment in cultivating my own presence. All right, wrap up your final inhale and exhale. Then we'll go ahead and meet in tabletop position. You can already hear my bones cracking. All right, we're gonna start by lifting up the heels, just coming onto our knees and flex those feet. Bring them to a nice 90-degree angle. Feel that stretch all the way in the back of your Achilles heel. And then we'll go ahead and flex and point them straight up. And then just continue in that motion. You can draw circles with your feet. I don't know about you guys, I hear my bones cracking. Making circles in one direction and then rotating to the opposite. When you're ready, go ahead and bring those feet down, flex the toes, and we'll do some cat and cows, dropping the belly, bringing the shoulder blades together, lifting the gaze and the chin. And exhale, go ahead and bring it to cow, drawing up the stomach, dropping the head, release all that tension, sucking in the abs, and then continue in that cat-cow motion, going up and down. And bring it back to our intention one more time. I am strong I am grounded. I am present. One last cat and cow. And then we'll go ahead and bring the forearms slowly forward, drop them down, dropping the body, and coming onto our stomach in prone's position. From here, we'll go ahead and do Superman. So extend out those arms, lift up the legs, lift up the arms and the chest, so that we're resting just completely on our abdomen here. Lift and release, coming back down. Bring that cheek down to the mat. Find a moment of rest. And then again, we'll inhale the arms up, thighs, legs, everything up. And exhale, bring it back down. One more time, lifting up. Feel that heat you're creating in your abdomen. And then exhale, bring it back down. From here, we'll go ahead and bend at the knees. And if you're able to, then bring your hands to meet the outside of your feet and we'll come into bow. If you're not able to, then just go ahead and continue in that Superman position, maybe with bent knees this time. Otherwise, if you're ready for that back bend, then on your next inhalation, we'll rise up, this time putting pressure against our feet with our hands and lifting up those knees again. Just distributing all of our weight on our abdomen. And exhale, come back down and rest. Bring the cheek down to the mat. One deep breath here. We'll go ahead and come up again. Launching off of our feet, kicking into our hands, lifting up our thighs and our chest. And one more time, come back down. Drop those hands, release. Feel that energy flowing through your body. And then we'll go ahead and come back up into a tabletop position and just hinge at the hips, coming all the way back into child's pose, opening up the knees so that they're the mat length, extending the arms up over your head, reaching in a big stretch. Bring the forehead down to the mat. From here, we'll walk our hands to the right side, extending totally to the right. Feel that nice push and pull, tension created in the side of your torso. Breathe deeply. You're massaging your internal organs right now. And on your next exhale, go ahead and walk our hands to the opposite side. Balancing out our body and stretching on the left. One last breath here. Come back to the center, up into our tabletop. Flex those toes one more time, and we'll come into plank, lifting up the knees, becoming one straight line. From here, we'll go ahead and Chaturanga. So inhale, come halfway down, knees, chest, chin down to the ground, and we'll rise up into baby cobra, lifting just our chest and our hands. So Superman, but with our feet down and our shoulders down, arms remaining by our shoulders. Baby cobra. From here, we'll go ahead, launch off the feet, come back up into down dog. And we'll take 5 deep breaths here, completing our first sun salutation. Feel free to walk your dog and alternate heels on the ground. And focus more on just lengthening the spine than you are on having your heels touch and make contact with the earth, or the hardwood in my case. One more breath here. We'll go ahead and kick up that right leg, coming into 3-legged dog. Give it a good bend. And bring that leg in between the hands. From here, we'll bring that back foot to a 45-degree angle and rainbow the arms up and out into warrior 2. Gaze out over the fingertips. Open up that chest. You're strong. You're a warrior, coming back to his village, having conquered. Recently, I heard it described as your arms are out because you're carrying the head of your enemy to present to the villagers. I don't know if that's a little too graphic, but if it's not, harness that energy and power. Inhale, we'll bring the right arm down, the left arm up and overhead, reaching out. And exhale, we come to the back, reversing our warrior. Inhale one more time, we'll bring both arms up. Keep with that bend in the right. And this time with both arms, we're gonna extend that side angle and reach over to the right. Feel the power between your hands. We're gonna come into a stability pose here called half moon. So go ahead and slowly bend that back foot so that it's facing forward. We're gonna bend our torso as well so that we are facing our foot and running parallel to it. From here, we're gonna launch off that back foot. And then we can bring the right arm down into half moon, extending the left arm so it's big and wide. Resting our balance on just one foot. If this is a little hard for you, try and find a wall to get some stability and use that as an anchor. If that's a little too easy for you and you've got this one down, then you can go ahead and come into warrior 3, lifting both hands off the mat and making contact with your calf. Great job. All right, bring that back leg down. Come back into our warrior. From here, we'll windmill the arms forward, bring that back leg down, come into a runner's lunge. And once again, have big, strong arms. Our back leg is lying flat. Arms forward. And then we'll straighten out this front leg, bring the arms down and sit back in it, just giving it a nice stretch after working it out. If you want, you can go ahead and make contact with the back of your feet, flex your feet. Otherwise, just enjoy this nice hip flexor. From here, we'll go ahead and wind that leg back and meet me back in a tabletop position. I'm going to do the same thing to the opposite side now. First, starting in plank, one long straight line. From here, we'll inhale, halfway lift, Chaturanga down. Again, you can baby Cobra if that's what feels more comfortable, or if you want a deeper spine stretch, go ahead and lift off into up dog. Raise that head, feel a nice morning sun, springtime. Plant the hands, curl the toes, and lunge up into down dog. From here, we'll go ahead and take a breath. I'm going to invite you guys to remember our intentions one more time. I'm strong, I'm grounded, I am present. Feel the truth of that as you breathe in and out. As you elongate your spine, feel the stretch in your legs. You are grounded, you are strong, you are present. This time we're going to go ahead and lift up the left leg, give it a nice bend. Three-legged dog. Go ahead and swing that in between the hands. Drop the back leg to a 45-degree angle and rainbow those arms out into warrior two. Bring the shoulders down, open up the chest, gaze out that strong, fearless warrior, looking over your fingertips onto the horizon. Nice deep breath here. All right, inhale, left arm down, right arm up and over the body, stretching. Exhale, right arm back, left arm over. And one more time, let's inhale, up and over. Then we'll go ahead and bring both arms up, coming into our side angle. Hands running parallel with our head in between. So we stretch with both arms. Slowly gonna shift my back foot so that it's facing forward. Bring my torso to be nice and square over my hips. And we're gonna launch off one more time into half moon, lifting up that back foot, bringing the left arm down this time. If you're having trouble balancing, try to find one unmoving point in the room. Focus all of your concentration on it, and it'll increase your balance and stability. If you feel nice and comfortable in this position, go ahead and bring both hands to the calf for warrior three. Otherwise, just go ahead and hang out in half moon, which is what my body is telling me to do right now. All right, Go ahead and drop that back leg. The hands back in between. Dropping the right leg this time. Hands up and over. Nice strong runner's lunge. Make sure we can still see our toes and flex them. Nice amount of heat we're creating here. When you're ready, we'll go ahead and give that left leg a break, extending it, coming down at our hips. Nice hip flexor here. Glad we stretched everything out before starting. And we'll go ahead and sweep that leg back. Come back into our tabletop and Chaturanga one more time. So plank, running through our vinyasa flow. We'll inhale, knees, chest, chin, coming up into up dog, and exhale into down dog. Take some nice breaths here. Good relaxing position. And when our head is below our heart, it helps to breed compassion and wisdom. So not too often that we find ourselves with our head below our hearts. And there's a reason why down dog is so central to yoga. Just shake out all that stress, all the uncertainty. From here, we'll go ahead and walk our hands back to meet our toes, coming into a forward fold. If you want to deepen that stretch, you can go ahead and bring the hands behind the calves or under the toes. And if it's just a little too hard for you, then you can go ahead and relax that stretch. Just coming to the knees. Make sure that the legs are not hyperextended and straight. We have a little bit of a bend in them, not too rigid. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, come back down. And inhale, arms up. Overhead, coming into mountain. Feel balance in all four corners of your feet. Giving my toes a nice bend here. Shoulders back. Abs activated. And we'll inhale. And exhale. From here, go ahead and bring those hands down. I'm seeing somebody take off their jacket. It created a little bit of heat. And we'll come into tree pose. So figure out where your flexibility and your balance are. Tree pose for you might mean coming into the crease of your hip. It might mean coming down on your calf or up onto your thigh, whichever one feels most comfortable for you. Just make sure that we're not going on the knee at all. Okay. From here, if you're able to, close your eyes. I'm not. If you're not, try and find an unmoving point in the room around you. Lift up those arms. See where you find balance. That might be with arms big and stretched. It might be with hands together in prayer overhead or at your chest. Feel what finds most organic to you in your experience. Like a tree, whether we see it or not, we have so many roots binding us to the earth, nourishing us, components creating who we are. Feel that power as you ground your foot down Maintain that balance. Go ahead and bring that right foot down. We'll alternate to the opposite side now. You might find you have more stability on one side than the other. You can switch up your hands here. Just continue being open like me. Tree of life, branches and leaves and light that extends, contributes, nourishes. Channel that energy. Bring it back to our intention one more time. I'm grounded. I'm strong. I'm present. Go ahead and bring the hands together if they aren't already. Draw all that energy you've been cultivating down to your heart. We'll go ahead and release here. Walk out the feet, give them a nice shake. And from here, I'm gonna go ahead and point that right foot, bring the back foot to meet it, and hinge at the hips coming down into a pyramid pose. One arm up, a much nicer version of half moon. Feel that stretch coming all the way up that front right leg. Nice bend. And from here, we'll go ahead, pivot the feet to the opposite side, and create symmetry in our bodies. Stretching on the opposite end. All right, bring those hands back up, and we're gonna do another balancer here. So we're gonna lift off our left foot and come into dancer here. So here we're grabbing inner soles of our feet, the inside of our foot. And then we're gonna bring our right arm up and launch off that back leg, kicking into our hands, feeling that power, and then figure out what your body will allow. It's hard for me to do this while talking, sorry. So either you can keep your hand straight up, or you can hinge at the torso, come forward. Create a slight bend in your balancing foot. Don't hyperextend. One last breath. Come down and rotate to the opposite side. This time kicking into my right foot, left arm up, and draw the power from the opposite hand to hinge at the torso. Ooh. Balance better on one side than the other. Ooh. You can just increase that intensity by kicking deeper into your foot and just putting more power into that hand. That'll deepen the stretch. You should feel it running all the way up from the bottom of your heel to the top of your tush. One last breath, and we'll bring it down. Go ahead and walk out those feet. Shake out the ankles. From here, I'm going to continue working us. I'm going to open up the arms a little bit more than shoulder width, or the legs a little bit more than shoulder width apart. We're going to come into goddess here. Both feet facing forward. And from here, we're going to slowly sit back and bring our arms up into goddess. And then we can go ahead and move our feet to face the opposite sides. And you want to act like your body is being squished in between two panes of glass. So make yourself as flat as possible, bringing in the bum, sucking in the belly, shoulders down, and elbows running parallel to each other. Active core. Hug the navel to the spine. This is an amazing pose for generating energy. And it's a hard one. And if you're ready with me to create a little bit more heat, we'll go ahead and do some pulsing squats here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and launch up those arms, extend the legs. Coming into star, we'll go ahead and bring our feet back forward. Open up. And then from here, we'll come into an open leg forward fold. So hinge at the torso, bringing the hands down to make contact with their respective feet. And then go ahead and make a ring around your toes, grasping your toes, feeling that stretch, soften the neck. Let the head just hang here for a second. From here, go ahead and put our hands on our hips. We're going to do a full body rotation from just our hips up forward, or hips up. So go ahead and create a huge circle with our bodies, keeping those feet firmly planted. Feel that stretch all the way around as we dip our head forward and release it back. From here, inhale, and we'll do the same thing going in the opposite direction. Feel that full body stretch. You can strategically place your hands on your hips or on your back, or in my case, on my love handles. Just give them a nice massage. Feel that pressure. We'll go ahead and meet back in our forward fold. One inhalation and exhalation here. Bring the arms behind. Create a bind with our hands and extend them up to hover over our heads. So now we'll feel 2 stretches running up our legs and through our arms. Just let that head hang. Feel all the tension of the week just drip off of it and hang loose. And with your next inhalation, go ahead and draw that body up. And from here, we're going to do another stability pose. I hope you guys love them as much as I do. So go ahead and face forward on your mat. We'll bring our toes together with a thumbprint in between our heels. From here, we'll lower down into chair. Bring those arms up. Feel that beach ball of tension in between your strong arms as you draw them parallel to your ears. Sink deeper into that chair, more than you thought your body would allow you to. Draw the abs in and the shoulders down. Hands together. Bring that energy that you've been cultivating down with you to your heart. We'll go ahead and bring the right elbow to make contact with the left knee. Open our hands up in prayer, nice and wide from prayer, and bring them back together. And if you'd like, you can just hang out here for a second, but if you can with me, go ahead and raise up that right leg that you're not using. Coming into pelican. Yep, use something to stabilize yourself. That right leg up. And we'll bring it back down. Good job. Go ahead and come back to the center. Raise those arms up. Extend ourselves into mountain. Shake those heels out. Walk it out, walk it out. And we'll draw those hands back down one more time. Thumbprint in between your heels, toes touching, and we sink back into our chair. A nice deep breath here. And we'll come onto the left side this time. Head and open up that left side. Bring it back together in prayer. Oh, right side. This is our right side. I'm sorry. And lift up the back left leg this time in pelican. If you can't do it, that's totally fine. Just go ahead and sit in that chair. One more breath here. And bring that leg down, back into our chair. From here, go ahead and draw the hands down to the earth, bending our knees, melting into the earth, coming down into a ball. Go ahead and lift up the heels. Feel that flex in your Achilles. Nice deep stretch. From here, we'll go ahead and rock back onto our bums. And you thought you were done with the stretching and the stability, but we're not. Haha. Go ahead and we'll do a nice and easy one, lifting our torsos up into a reverse tabletop position here.
I think one day to forget is okay.
Just pushing our bodies. Feel that heat you're generating. You're so strong. Exhale, come back down. And inhale one more time up. If you want to deepen that stretch, you can go ahead and come onto the tips of your toes. Otherwise, you're totally fine anchoring yourself on your hands and feet. One last breath here. We'll bring our bodies down. And if you're ready with me, then we'll come into boat. So from here, we're going to go ahead and draw up both of our feet. Give them a nice bend. My abs are not as strong as I wish they were. So my feet are going to stay firmly over here. You can bring up your hands. Otherwise, just let them rest behind. And if you're able to, extend your boat, lifting up those legs. I'm going to get too strained with my voice if I do that, so I'm going to keep mine over here where they feel nice and comfortable. Straighten out that back. Feel that strong and engaged core. And try one more time to extend. And listen to your body, whatever it says. My legs do not want to extend. Go ahead and bring those hands back down. And come into a contradiction with our stretch one more time in reverse tabletop. Let's feel that back and that spine. Elongate. Open up the chest, drop the head. Hands are facing the feet. Feet are pointed outward. And all my weight is distributed on the soles of my feet with my toes lifted. And we'll come back down. From here, we'll go ahead, extend those feet and come onto our backs. And go ahead, bring the arms up and overhead into a nice morning stretch. Point the toes. Inhale and exhale. Here I'm going to ground my shoulders. Bring up the legs. We're going to drop them to the left side first, opening up the arms and gazing over the right shoulder to the opposite side. And the important part here is not how or if your knees are making contact with the earth, but rather that your shoulders are staying firmly planted. And you let your legs come down as much as they're able to. Nice deep breath. Go ahead, bring those legs up and over to the opposite side, switching the direction of our gaze to the opposite shoulder. Close those eyes and just root yourself in the earth. Go ahead and bring those legs back up. Lift up just the right leg now. Allow it to rest on the left knee. Coming into figure 4. From here, we'll lift up that left leg and thread the needle, bringing our hands through our right leg, the opening from our right leg, and bringing the thigh closer, hugging it towards your chest. You can drop the head here, it doesn't have to be lifted. Feel that nice deep stretch in our glutes and our hammies. One more breath here. Go ahead and drop the leg and wind the opposite leg. And we'll create symmetry in our body by doing the same thing, this time with our left. Allowing it to create a 4 with the left leg as it rests on the right knee. Bring that right leg up, thread the needle, and bring our arms through to hug that thigh as we draw it closer to our body. Feel that stretch. One more breath here. We'll go ahead and unwind. Bring the soles of the feet together. And if you're able to, go ahead and clasp your hands around the tops of your toes. Keep that head planted on the ground. And in this laying butterfly, we draw our feet closer to our body. Feel that stretch in the groin and in the tops of the quads. One last inhalation. An exhalation. And drop those feet. From here, we're going to come onto our stomachs. Laying down, bringing the arms out to a T. My right hand inward and use that to launch and draw my body up to create a nice and deep stretch in the opposite shoulder. If you want to deepen that stretch and feel it in your shoulder blades, then you can go ahead and bring that arm up, raise it, and extend it up over your body. Bring that arm back down. From here, we'll tee out the arms again and extend on the opposite side, drawing our body up and over to put all of our weight onto this opposite shoulder. And lifting the hand up if you feel inclined. And when you're ready, come back down. And if you want, you can stay on your stomach or go ahead and lie on your back. For the last 5 minutes, we'll just do Savasana or corpse pose. I recommend having your palms facing upward. But other than that, just find a position that makes you feel most comfortable. For me, I like bringing the soles of my feet together. One last time, I'm going to ask you guys to bring it back to our intention as you feel your body making contact with the earth. Remembering you are grounded, you are strong, you are present. Empty the brain, give the mind a rest, and breathe. Inhale in that energy and positivity and the warmth of spring, the sunshine, all that nice vitamin D nourishing us. And exhale out any negativity, uncertainty, stress, desire for control beyond what we can control. Inhaling in compassion, trust, submission. Exhaling out doubt. With your next inhalation, go ahead and wiggle just your toes. Keeping that wiggle in your toes, start scrunching up and wiggling those fingers. Flex the wrists. Nice rotation to our rotator cuffs. Bring the hands together. Create some heat in between them. Bring them to cover your eyes. Open up those eyes inside of your hands. Take Take in that energy you created. And go ahead and drop the hands. Lift up. With our last move of the day, go ahead and bring the chin down to the chest. Create one huge circle with our necks. Giant extension all the way around. First in one direction, and now in the other. Go ahead, draw up that energy from the earth when you're ready. Bring our hands together and draw all that light down. The light, the compassion, and the good in me sees and acknowledges the light and the compassion and the good in each of you. I hope you can carry this energy to be a motivator and a sustainer throughout the day. Thanks for joining me, you guys.
Thanks, Muryem. That was awesome. I can't open my
I'm glad.
And I'm excited to get to do more yoga with you every Sunday, and I'll share the recording on YouTube. So thank you so much.
Sounds good. Have a good week.